Hey family, here we are with a free version of a tutorial purse. This version, you can get the SVG from me for free. Simply click on my bio and go into my Sincerely a Share Google Drive. It's going to take you right to the share folder where I have all the things for what? Free. So you're going to click on the folder that says SVGs. When you click on that folder, you're going to see Hershey Purse. Yay! Insert applause here. You're going to grab that and you're going to download that. As I said, this is the free version of it. If you would like the other one, I get that one from Andrina's Creation. She has that, and she also has a tutorial video on her YouTube page that shows you how to do that one as well. So here we are, but this is a free SVG that I'm providing for you guys. So once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and make sure that we go into our Cricut design space. You're gonna upload it into there. I believe you should know how to upload into the design space. If not, I do have a tutorial, say you versus your Cricut who's winning, to teaches you how to upload your things into there. So once you get it uploaded into there, boom, you see what we got, right? It's grouped right now. It has the lines, it has cut lines. What you want to do is you're going to duplicate it. You're going to go in there, you're going to duplicate that, because I'm going to show you how to make layers with this as well. Andrina's version that she has, it does provide layers with it. This one you have to create it if you so choose. If you don't want to put layers, you don't have to, but this is a way to show you. You can just use this the way it is and create yours and have a purse just, and it's just fine. I'm just a layers person. So as you can see, what happened is I ungrouped it. I went in and I on the version, remember it's two versions, I took the eyes off of one, I faded out the other one because we're going to use that one later. This one we're going to make our layers out of. So right now I'm taking out those lines that were created for score lines, and then you just have the body of it. Remember you have your other one over there that's in the group, right? So then you're going to go over to shapes. You're going to grab just a square. Just grab the basic square over here, or the rectangle. I'm sorry, for this part, yeah, we're grabbing a square. You're going to grab a square, and then you're going to resize it. You're going to resize the square. When you go over, you're going to unlock it at the top, because you don't want it to be same. We're going to have to put in specific dimensions. It's a few dimensions that I went through essentially to get it to the right size, and you'll see them all as I go through them. I don't want to keep on saying this one and this one, because then you might get confused and be like, girl, you just said this, now you just said this. But at the end, once we have it completely, you're going to use that one. But for right now, this is me playing around with it to give you the size that you need. So you're going to take that and you're going to put it right at the top. You want to sit it right on the top at the baseline of where the neck of it, I call it the neck of the purse. You want to sit it right there, and you'll see in just a moment while we're doing that. You're going to take that square, you're going to put those dimensions that you saw in there at the top, and then once you get it in there, you're going to click on it. You want to arrange it, and you want to send this black box to the back. And then that way, you see how the line shows you at the bottom. That way you know you're right on the base of the neck, you're lined up, you're fine, and everything's looking good. Once you do that, you're going to grab everything, because you're going to slice it. Now that we've sliced it, boom, look. Okay, now we don't need you. Bye, get out of here. Move it on. We have sliced it. We have our slice results. You see how that? I'm going to click, and I'm going to get rid of all the excess stuff that I don't need. I need that. Yes, definitely need that. Do not need you. Do not need you. You can go away. And bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to the piece. Say bye-bye, piece.
No.
Okay, she don't want to say bye-bye to the piece.
I want to go.
So now we bring him back on our friend that we ghosted for a little while. He could come back. We take him out the friend zone, and we bring him back. Now that we brought him back, again, in that group, you're going to see where it says right there, all in one Hershey, where it grabs those lines, go inside there, go down and click on score lines, because those were going to be cut lines. So you would have kept it at those lines. It would have sliced this all up. You don't want that to slice up. You want that to actually have score lines. And remember, to have score lines, you need a score tool. for your Cricut. So if you don't have one, you can either get a score pen or a score wheel. I don't know, depending on your Cricut, which one you have. I have both. That uses the wheel and the pen, and I would tell you hands down the wheel is better. With that, make sure, I don't know if I went over that part, but make sure before you do anything, make sure that those score lines are attached properly to that. You want to make sure that it's there, so when you go, because if you don't attach it when you go to cut it, it's going to draw score lines on one part and then cut out your purse on another part. We don't want that. We need the score lines to know where we need to fold it at. So yeah, so now we're going in here and we're taking that slice cut and we're putting in. Remember I said we're going to resize this a couple of times? We're resizing it a couple of times. And we're putting it, we're resizing it. I can't have you doing that. I'm trying to do this tutorial. Can you go so I can, because that's going to be in my feed. Sorry. We're going to resize it because we need it to fit right in here. Now, mind you, we're going to do this twice. For this one, this tutorial, I'm doing 3 layers. I'm doing our base, our middle, which is either normally the metallic or a silver, and then we're going to do our top layer. Again, this is a personal preference. You do not have to do all these layers. Trust and please believe. Because I have a friend who does this with me, and she said, girl, you do too much. You be doing too many layers. I don't have time for all that. And that's her personal preference, and that's fine. But I told her, doing layers is actually my peace, my calm. I enjoy doing layers because I enjoy the crafting process and doing those layers. And I just love the way it looks. But again, personal preference. So as I was saying, you're going to take this and you're going to size it. And we're going to get it to kind of fit into there. And this portion right here that I'm doing, the first one that I'm doing, this is what I would do either my metallic or my glitter layer. For this tutorial, I did a metallic one. So going in there and trying to figure out how it works to figure whatever it does to go in there. So as you can see, I'm going to go in, I'm going to bring it up a little bit because I don't want it to be on that line. It needs to be above the line because we're going to fold it right there. So that's another reason why it's important that it's smaller. But at the end, when I have the final dimension up there, that it'll tell you, which I believe the final dimension on that one, on the metallic layer, is going to be 6.303 in width and 2.278 in height. This is for the metallic layer, or the middle layer, the middle child, however you want to call it. But in the end, this is what I felt was best and looked the best as far as the layering goes for this. So it's moving a little slow here. I guess I'm talking more than I'm moving. So we're going to go and grab another shape again, a square. Square is my go-to. So anytime we're going to slice or anything, that's kind of my go-to. Now this one's going to be fairly simple because this is going to be our metallic / middle child for the middle section and the bottom section. And with that one, you're just going to take that one square and make it 6.14 by 2.34. And when you do that, it's just gonna that's gonna cover for our middle section, and it's gonna be small enough to go in between those lines and for you to place it, and it won't be no big deal about it. So as you can see, I'm just measuring it, sizing it, and it's just giving myself an idea of what I want it to look like. And then once I do that one, we're going to work harder, not smarter. So then once you do that, you just duplicate that one. Because boom, it's going to be the same size for the next one. Just throw that thing up in there like that. Yes, just like that. You got that covered. Now that's going to be for your middle child. You know, the middle child always feel away, but hey, here we are. Then again, you do not have to follow these steps. I want to keep reiterating. If you do not want to do all these layers, it's just fine. Then I took the top layer that I did that slice cut. Because I'm working with it, I make different colors. So this is going to be my very top layer. This is going to be my baby, the baby of the family. And you're making it a little bit smaller. I want to say at the end, the dimensions for this one will be 6.072 by 1.505. However, please pay attention in this video to see what it ends up being. But I believe that's what I have going on in this process right here. As I said, I'm maneuvering in it going, oh yeah, key thing again, unlock when you're doing this and we're moving to dimensions, unlock your sizing tool, because if you don't unlock it, when you type in one, it's going to automatically size, the other. If you type in your width, it's going to automatically resize the height to what it configures it should be within the realms that you're putting in. So you unlock it so you can put in your custom settings, so to speak, right? So then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to duplicate off of this one, and then I'm just going to resize this square down to this one's going to be 5.54 by 2.111, I believe. And again, I changed the purple just so I can have a distinction, so I can know for my visual the distinction between the layers, making sure it looks right, things like that. And then again, just duplicate that thing, bring it to the front. It's going to the back. I'll just go up there, arrange, and bring it to the front. This is just give us our visual. And then this is what you're going to cut. So this is everything that you're sending to the mat. You're going to cut this and everything. You're going to make sure that as I said, you're going to make sure that your score lines are attached to that. Oh, I wanted to change the base color just to give myself an option. I believe I turned it to silver too, just to give myself a visual. It kind of gives me a preview of what it potentially will look like when I cut it and piece it together, because these are the colors that I proceeded to do for this one. So just turning this silver just to give that visual to myself. Okay, so I did 2 shades of purple and a silver, and I said it was a silver metallic that I did. But you can do glitter, or you don't do nothing at all. Another thing you can do, you can just get some basic the scrapbook paper and things like that. What you can do is take the baseboard that we did, the base settings without all these layers. You can cut one out on cardstock, and then have it cut out another one on the scrapbook paper and glue the scrapbook paper right on top of that. It's like a printed, whatever print that you want, and then proceed to the assembly part that we do. Now this is a little tip right here. I don't know if you guys do. When I save it, because it's going to make you save it, I go and I save, and I have different folders. So I save it, I name it, and then as you can see, I have different folders of kind of the most things that I do, right? So this is a party favor, so I have it click and I'll save it into my party favor folder. That way when I want to go look for it, I go to my party favor folder, and boom, I go right to what it is that I want to do. Purses, whatever. But yeah, make sure you name it, you do all that, and do all the good stuff, and then you're going to go ahead and make it and cut out, right? Of course, before you make it, it's going to make you save your project, so you're going to have to name it and save it and do all the good things, or if you don't, it'll take you. So again, we're taking it to the mat, setting up the cuts, whether it's going to be on a 12 by 12 or 8.5 by 11. These pretty much can be done on 8.5 by 11 sheets, honestly. You don't need to use 12 by 12 paper for any of these cuts, so don't worry about that. And you're just going to go in and put your settings in, and of course go ahead and send it to make. And then once we do all that good mamma jamma, we're going to come back in. Okay, so now we got all our pieces cut out, right? We got our purple base that we talked about. We got our baby in this lilac purple, and then we got our middle child in metallics that I talked about. We got all 3 of those pieces. And I'm going to show you most of the things that I'm working with in this video. So I get these off of Amazon. They do sell them at Michael's and Hobby Jobby, but it's basically jewelry chain, different sizes, different variations that you can do. But I got this off of Amazon. As you can see, I tend to get them when I have them, and I'll pre-cut them. And I said different stuff as you go. So then we have that. So what you see me doing is folding at those score lines. I fold at the score lines of where it all cut in. Then I go through with my little scraper right there to go put a little bit of pressure on it, because I find that it makes it a lot more agility. It gives them a lot more agility. Lord Jesus. It gives it a lot more agility and flexibility when I'm working. So I go through. You don't have to have a scraper. You can use what's the thing called? A popsicle stick. They work just as fine. Craft stick, popsicle stick, those things, they were just fine. I just happen to have, because over the course of time. But if it's a cheaper version for you to do, you're going to do that. Then we're going to attach our metal metal or metallic layer in. I use art glitter glue. That's just the glue, my preference or whatever. I thought I was showing you guys in the video, but I guess it got cut out. I don't know. I'm sorry. However, I use art glitter glue. It dries clear, it's fast, and I put it all around the edge and I just put it on there. I will go back through once I put it on there. I focus on the edges a lot because we wanted to make sure we adhere to the edge because it will lift up there, and then I put it in the middle. And we're going to put it on there, and you go through. Oh, I'm telling you guys to keep a pen cushion with different pens because sometimes the glue gets clogged in those little things, and I just keep a pen and go in there to unclog it sometimes. Even though I have these little small bottles with the caps on it, sometimes I forget to put the cap on it, and the glue will dry in there. So I'll go in with a little pen and get it out. And as you can see, I'm going through with my scraper. Again, you can use a popsicle stick. And I'm just pushing it down and adhering. Now, we have our baby layer here, which is our top layer as well. They cut out just plain. You might already have like some kind of embossed cardstock. That's fine. You might have printed out on a printer sheet. That's fine. What you see me right here doing is I'm using my Cuttlebug. I have Cuttlebug, very, very old school. They have new one, which is the Big 6 or something like that. That's the electric one or whatever. They have that one. I don't have that one. But do not run out and buy a Boss die cut machine. You don't have to do this. This is just something that I do that I've already just grown accustomed to because I did have the machine. But if you would like to, if you feel like it'd be a great investment and this is a look that you want to have onto your product, that's fine. Go out and buy one. Do one. This is a manual one. It works just fine for me. It gets a little tiresome sometimes when I have a large order, but it still works. Or like I said, you can print out, you can print and cut whatever design you want, or they have cardstock paper, scrap paper, whatever they have that's already have the printed or embossed ones on there. So you can, whatever it is. But for your top cut, you know, that's what you can have. And this is what I'm doing. So this is just an added step just to show you, but you do not necessarily need to do this at all. But that's just me, and it just goes and gives it that you know, embossed embroidery looking, and it's different files, they have different sizes. So the same thing, we're just gluing it, focusing. I focus a lot on the edge because the edge is important, and as you can see, we just offset it, and the same going around on those same pieces, and we're just rinse and repeat pretty much. This is kind of self-explanatory. I'm just rambling. I'm just going to be a little professional yapper at this point. Yep. Anyhow. So anyway, family, this is what we're doing. We get into this purse. Like I said, this is the free version that you can use. I also use Andrina's because I also like the style of that. But once I came with this, I'm like, okay, this works too. Actually, what started this one is I did a Little Mermaid. And I thought these were cute. I made little seashell. It was very cute. That's what got me into this. And it turned out very cute. But as you see, the wings, as I call it, putting some glue on the sides and just folding it down, making sure it meets on each side. And what I tend to do is I'll go in there with, same thing with a popsicle stick, go in there and I just kind of put a little pressure down in there just to make sure that it adheres the way that I need it to, because you want it to hold. There. Now, on Andrina's cut, there are holes that you can take and you can stick in the top. As you can see, I have like pearl strings. Depending on what it is, I'll put those pearls in there. Or, as I told you, I use the jewelry chain that I go through. And those, I pre-cut them. As you can see, I have them already pre-cut and I have them in containers. And they're at 11.5 inches long is what I cut them at. With this particular one, I go in at about 3 blocks of it. You can see it's 3 blocks. I'll go on the inside. I use this Beacon 321 glue. Swear by it. Love it. Love it down. Love it again. Or they have this B7000 glue that I get on Amazon. I like it. It works the same. The only thing about it is the B7000 has kind of like a stench to it. It has like a chemical smell. So especially if I'm working outdoors, it's fine. But working indoors, I tend not to do it. So here we are. As I said, I do 3 of them in there. Give it a minute. let it sit there for a minute because it takes a minute for it to work. I say wait a minute to 2 minutes to let one side before you start working on the other side. Of course, this is a video, so I cut and jumped because you want to give it a second to set and sit in place before you maneuver around, because it will move around. So it does take, it fully cures in maybe 6 hours, but 24 to be safe. But in order to do like maneuvering and move around with. Now on this part, on your closure part, again, this is personal preference. I use magnets. I like the way magnets do. I get these off of Amazon, and I'll let you know the size that I get, but I get them. But you can use Velcro too. Some people, I just have outgrown the sound of that. I still use them kind of on my wallets, to be honest, because sometimes the magnets don't work on wallets. But as you can see, I took 2 of them. I put them there. I put one there, give it a second, let it set again, put a little sanitizer on my hand, because sometimes the glue gets on my hand and the sanitizer. And then I'll put a little smidgen on the bottom of that part right there. And on the second one, I don't know. Oh, I was telling you guys, be careful. Always put the top back on that beacon glue, because it will, if you leave it open, it'll start spilling out. And as you see, I'm taking this magnet box and I'm sitting, I'll take my phone sometimes, put it on there, just giving it a little weight of something to have it on there, giving it a second to dry, and as you can see, now it's opening and closing. Now your embellishment for the, you can leave it blank like this if you like it. Like I said, I'm just over the top, so I have all kind of embellishments that you can get. I got some of these from Michael's. Some of these I found at the little, like a dollar spot. Like one of those little general stores that have different little stuff in there. I grabbed some of there, just different little stuff that I'd say, oh, this might be cute, I might like it, I'll grab them. Some of these I got off of Amazon. I like those. I got off of Amazon, especially like to use them with the pearl chain, as I was showing you guys. But just different ones I have, or as I said, you can leave it blank if you want to, but I just put, and even though this has a little adhesive on the back, I still like that reinforcement of glue, of this glue. So I'll go ahead and pop that thing on there like that. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. And now we have our purse. It's ready. Open it up, put our chocolate in there, and you are good to go. Now don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms, and please inbox me if you have any questions or if you need any further assistance, because we are here to learn and grow, all what way? Sincerely. See you on the next one.